Alright gamers, welcome back. This is Daniel, and then there was Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Developed in collaboration between Big Huge Games and 38 Studios, an intriguing team was put together on making this one. R.A. Salvatore, creator of the Forgotten Realms series and books, put in to create the world of Amalur itself and its backstory. Todd McFarlane, the awesome artist responsible for the Spawn series, whose part was to bring the game to life visually, while last but not least, Ken Rolston, the man who led and designed Elder Scrolls Adventures, Morrowind, and Oblivion. Now, I'm just going to be doing this one just to get the gameplay out there, show the combat, show how things are crafted, the menus, that kind of thing, character creation. I'm not going to show any of the scenes, just to save that kind of stuff for if you pick it up, not to take away the experience from you. Let me just start up the game. Just to note, this game is insanely easy, so I do recommend putting it to hard mode when you go to play, because it's not hard at all so far up to the point I'm at. Just let it do its fun auto-saving feature, like we don't already know you have this. Hope if I hit continue as well. This is just going to bring up the first scene that'll bring up the stuff that'll lead up to you being able to create your character. Now, game starts out, you get a choice between 4 different races, more or less humans, a couple different human types, then a couple different elven types. I gotta give R.A. Salvatore one thing: he's really good at making up names. Really odd names, but names nonetheless. Now, once you select your race, you get bonuses based upon a god of style you choose: wisdom, love, death, fate, and mischief. If you choose to not take a god to go after, then you get a 1% experience bonus, but otherwise you get random bonuses based upon who you pick. So they do give you preset faces. Don't worry, you do get the ability to customize after you select a preset, so you can go through skin tones, face, eye color, eyeshadow, all that fun stuff. As far as face goes, you can switch it over to the hairstyle, change the color, facial hair color, and then accessories, jewelry, tattoos, how bright the tattoos are once you put a tattoo on, that kind of fun stuff. Now, once you've done that, it goes through, it continues the story. What I like is when it actually does a scene, it actually puts you straight into the game as almost like a CG cutscene, but it's not that extensive, but it still puts you directly into the cutscenes. Now, I'm going to be stopping this and skipping to farther into the game where I can actually show you the combat and gameplay. Alright, and here we are. This is a character I made. I'm only level 5.5, so not that far into the game. This is just a little bit into it. So just to show you how the menus work real quick. Basically pretty self-explanatory. You got your inventory with weapons, armor, accessories, all that fun stuff. Equipables, you got your weapons for your primary. You can choose to equip. In the combat, you'll have 2 buttons, one for your primary attacks and one for your secondary, and then you'll also have your magic section that you'll be able to use in combat, which I'll be showing you here shortly. But you'll equip a primary and then you'll have secondary. I basically have what they call Fey Blades, which are just longer version, double-sided dagger type things. Then from there you got your armor, you equip head, chest, hands, feet, legs, and a shield, which all classes have a shield of some type, even the magic types. The magic types sort of just create a barrier in front of them. And then you got your jewelry, your rings. Equip those, and then your potions, that kind of thing, random other items, and then you can throw things in a junk pile to sell instantly to vendors if you need to. Your quest log. Standard completed quests are in there, all your regular quests, no big surprise there. And here's where it's going to be more interesting. You got your talent trees based upon finesse, sorcery, and might. Basically your warrior, rogue, mage. Each one has their setup abilities. You can choose to put points in anywhere. It looks like at this point, whenever you gain a level, you get 3 points to put into any tree you want. And the more points you put into a tree, you get to put towards different destinies. Each destiny requires a certain amount of finesse, sorcery, or might to take. Me, I've gone with the rogue mage approach, so I have finesse and sorcery is what I'm building up for. So farther on I'll get into stuff where I'll be casting magic along with being stealthed and that sort of thing. But of course you can have might, just straight warrior style, straight rogue, straight mage, and then you can have a warrior mage. And if you have no idea what the hell you want to be, you can always go for jack of all trades, which is also would be fun, but I like to kind of put more power towards certain things. So I can never decide between rogue or mage anyways, so I end up usually doing a warrior class because I can't decide. So yeah, but since I can actually do a rogue or mage in this, I just combine the two. Now there's a move list. They're pretty easy combos to do. It's I don't have many unlocked, but it does it on its own pretty automatic. Status, your map, that's about it as far as the menus go. The biggest thing that I enjoy about this game is the fact that you can combine classes with the different destinies and things like that. With each destiny that you equip, you can only have one equipped at a time, but you get bonuses towards the destiny you have equipped. Now I'm gonna walk over here. This is the blacksmithing forge. You can do alchemy or blacksmithing, and there's also, you can craft gems as well for your gear to socket into spots that are open on armor for that. But most of the crafting is the same. Yeah, for blacksmithing you have craft. You have to have certain items in order to craft, and if you put points later on into blacksmithing, you can actually enhance your abilities, and it'll give you more items to put into a weapon to make a more powerful weapon, or armor for that matter. You can also make armor as well. With other blacksmithing, you can actually salvage gear, unequipped gear in your inventory or your junk pile to get materials to make items and armor. Now alchemy is around the same thing, except out in the world you can actually collect plants and other things to craft potions at an alchemy table. It works about the same way, except you have to experiment to learn different potions and things like that. I've learned a couple, but I haven't learned if there is any other way to learn recipes. Maybe you can learn recipes from quests. I don't know at this point. I haven't gotten into that much, though I have experimented and gotten a few myself. So, like here, you can run around, grab different plants that are around. Sometimes you don't get anything out of them, but whatever. Kill the chicken. Chicken dead. Okay, but from here I'm actually gonna pause this for a second. I'm gonna skip forward to where I can actually find some combat to show you. Alright then, I figured now was as good a time as any when I found this combat, so I'll just run up here and see if I can get something rolling for you. The game, as I play it, reminds me a lot of Fable. The combat feels a lot more fluid and very clean. Feels great, like when you're playing it. But as far as the dodging and the way the combat works and the way the world travel goes, it just feels so much like Fable. But great game. But just to show you, here's some of the combat. Like, this is just using the Fey Blades, the way that he moves. I'll change it around here for a sec real quick. Give you a look at like staff combat. And there's that. And switch it around again. Give you a look at chakrams. There's a look at that. And let's see here. That's it for that. I don't have any other weapons I can really show you in that respect. Then you got your standard, you can actually spec for bows and so you do more damage with them and have more arrows to use. But for now, the big last thing I'm going to show you about the combat that I love is the Reckoning. You have the ability to control fate since you have no fate. So you come into this, and this is Reckoning mode. You go to slash people, will pop up with a thing to do at the top, and then it goes through a very nice little cutscene thing where you can spam and you get extra experience for how much you do. And the scenes change quite a bit. It's not the same kill scene every time either. Sometimes you'll pull out a big hammer, sometimes you'll pull out what I just did. It's all random. But as far as that goes, that is how the combat of the game works. And yeah, as far as my first impressions of the game go, it's very good. The only things I actually have a little bit of an issue with is some of the voice acting kind of bugs me, but a lot of it's still pretty good. Just some of their voices could probably have been thought out better. But there's a few glitches I've been hearing about, but I haven't encountered them myself. Some about cameras going wild, that kind of thing, not attaching to behind the character like they should, and kind of trailing in the ground. But other than that, I mean, combat's really sturdy. The quest system is good. Traveling is easy enough as it is made. You only have to press one button to run. You can let go of that button afterwards and he'll keep running till you stop. That kind of fun thing. But hey, it's been good. This has been Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, and this is Daniel. Hope to see you next time. Remember to subscribe.